Hello everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. It's been a while, been extremely busy with work and various bits and pieces. It's been over a couple of months since I posted a video. I've decided to just stick with one series at the minute as I don't have time to make videos constantly. So I've binned my grasslands, though I do still have the no man's land save, which I may come back to in the future. But as you can see, we are on the Calmsden map, based in the Cotswold by Oxygen David. There have been several updates since my last Farming Simulator video, with precision farming, this map, the update to this map for precision farming, including linseed and things. Now, as you can see, we started on farm manager mode, so instead of having all the usual arable ground and bits and pieces that you would have with New Farmer, we just have the cow farm. We also own the sheep and chickens, and we have the 4 grass fields, 11, 34, 8 and 10. We also have the grass field at the cow shed of 15 and 31 with the sheep, and we also have field 6, which I believe is sown with wheat. Now, with easy development controls coming back, basically replacing power tools with the amount of options, editing options and things you can do, I've used that to set up this save. I'm going to try and play as realistic as possible, with no auto-load trailers. Try not to use super strength if possible, although I do have lumberjack installed just to make things easy if required. They also have course play and follow me installed just so we can progress. Follow me mainly so that if I decide to use forage harvesters to fill the silage pit at the farm, I can have tractors and trailers follow, while rather than having a normal worker and the issues that come with that. So as you can see, we own the fields, as I said before, plus the common ground, so we can use the BGA shop, all the bits and pieces, and it also, for those that know, gives you access to the secret grass field in the trees. So we're going to have plenty of grass work to do. Now, start at the normal house. Now, there is collectibles on the map. I will collect them if I come across them in the way, but I'm not overly fussed about collecting them all. If there's one there, I will collect it. I know there's a few secret hidden ones on the map that if they come up, I might collect them if I'm there. So we shall take a run up to the farm. We shall have a look. So we have a Ford Ranger in need of a good wash. So as I said, we have precision farming enabled. We also have net wrap add-on enabled and twine add-on enabled for the balers. We also have the, what else do I have installed? The def pack, so we need to use AdBlue. I'm sure by now most of you, if not all of you, will have played or had a look on this fantastic map. So we shall take a run up to the cow farm, to our farm, and we shall have a look at some of our machinery. So as you can see, using the easy development controls, I've managed to add hours and wear and dirt into things and whatnot, so that we don't start off with all brand new pristine equipment. So it's 100 hours on the Ranger. We have the Bachmann trailer. So we have started off with 10 cows just to start off with some food to keep them going for now, and a little bit of straw in the shed, and I've placed the manure heap round the back for getting some dung for spreading. So machinery wise, we have the Ford 7810 turbo conversion with 2,478 hours on it. Lovely little mod. Again, in need of a good wash. And then if we go on to, we have the T6080 New Holland with the quickie loader. We have a bale spike, pallet forks, and the bucket. Again, a lovely little mod. This one came from King Mods, I think. T6000 series. Then we have the base game feed wagon and the base game bedder. So as for grass work, we have the McHale F550 baler. We have Pottinger tedder and a Pottinger windrower. Now we also have a little Massey Ferguson 253 with nearly 3,600 hours on it. Getting close to in need of repair. Comes out of the Massey Ferguson Classic Pack. And there's our front loader implements. Now with precision farming installed, we have the soil sampler. We have the Kverneland Tar Up baler from 4D Modding, the base game Kverneland wrapper, our header and header trailer for the modded Starliner Dutz Far. That again has a lot of hours and needs repaired. And then moving on to our trailers, we have the Richard Weston SF14 and the Richard Weston bale trailer, both again in need of a good wash. So I think that's all our equipment. I'm not going to bother with a tour around the map, as most of you will have seen it before, and you certainly will see it as we play through. So, first things first, I think we shall set a worker away harvesting the wheat. So we shall get the harvester repaired to begin with. As I said, I have course play enabled, so I will be using it, especially with at this early stage with the big large fields and extremely small machinery. So we shall repair for £536. I do have the repair and paint settings set to 25% because the base game repair and intervals is absolutely ridiculous, as I've mentioned before. So we can switch the beacon off. And we'll get the little Massey to hopefully move the header trailer. I did have an issue with the header trailer catching the ground on the back of the Ford earlier on, so a bit interested when I was moving it into position. It will be interesting to see whether this works or not, with the sort of gooseneck on the end of the header trailer and the stand on the bottom. Makes it yeah, that fits better in the back of that tractor with a high hitch. This is going to be a very slow job, so it's definitely one for course play, and while course play is doing that, I shall go and make a start on some grass work, I think. Especially with a 4-5 metre header. I think it's a 4 metre header. Right, I haven't used course play for a while, so we shall see if I remember how to do this. Create job, course play, target position, roughly there, field position there, start first waypoint. Yeah, okay, the header's only 3.8 metres, that's yeah, going to be fun. Even bailing this afterward is going to be fun. I think with that small header we will go for 5 headlands, I think, to be safe. We'll keep the corners smooth. Keep everything else as it is. Oh, that's a lot of course. So we shall start that first waypoint. Perfect. We shall get the little Ford on the Richard Weston trailer and park it at the edge of the field. So the combine can self-unload, and then I just need to come back and empty the trailer every now and again. We don't need that up. So again, also, instead of starting with 100,000 like you normally would do on a new Let's Play, I've started with 50,000. I may need to empty that because I don't think it's going to have a big enough tank to go the whole way around the headland, but we'll see whether it comes back and empties or not. But what we shall do is we shall go and drop off the bale fork. I do have a new joystick for loader work, which I haven't had much use yet, so with not using auto stackers, yes, that are available in the shop, no problem in the future, but for now the plan would be to try and load them all if possible with the loader. So when it comes to that, I didn't want to take the loader off, I just want to... No. That's what I want. And I'll drop the weight block off here. This is another first for me on 22, is using this offset mark. I really hope the key bindings issue gets sorted in the next Giants update. We shall move this out of our way. May make it the whole way around, it's only at 50%, I suppose the header's not very big. I probably should have repaired the header as well as the harvester, but it'll do for now. While they're on that, we shall head to field 10 and make a start on cutting some grass, as we are going to need silage and hay to feed the cows and sheep. Let's get some grass on the deck. Some of these jobs I will do off screen because we're obviously going to need to plough with having that switched on, although that will have a negative effect on the first year with precision farming. We shall... it will still need to be done. I have fieldstones switched off as normal because they are the most frustrating, annoying thing in the game, just about. When it comes to a bit of ploughing and certainly some of the rake work in these bigger fields at the minute, with us having such a small windrower. We'll certainly do bits and pieces off screen. My plan would be to try and release at least one video a week, but it's all going to depend on work and other real life commitments. Hence why I'm only going to stick with the one series at the minute. I just wasn't getting the time to do everything else. Oh, it's a nice working speed. So, I think on that note we shall jump into a time lapse while I cut some grass, and I will jump back and forth and make sure the harvester is working away the way it should. And I will be back with you soon. So the harvester's working away. very slowly. Get 30% out of one combine load, although whether that was just the one headland or not, I'm not sure. But, so we have AI worker Teddy, which using the helper administration is named after my tractor and digger daft nephew. I'm sure he'll be delighted. So, we shall make sure Teddy's going to unload once he gets to 100%, and then we shall go and carry on with the mowing. And I do quite like the Calmsden mower that I'm using. It takes a bit of getting used to with the offset and swing, and certainly on the corners. And that's no problem for Teddy at all. I think he was having a chase at that deer there. I think he's been on the beer. So anyway, we shall carry on. So as you can see with precision farming, for those who haven't used it, in the map in the bottom corner we are getting a yield map. So obviously green is the colour you're aiming for, and the lower down the scale is red. Obviously red means not so good. We shall give this field a split roughly down the middle. But not quite roughly down the middle, but I'll take a good third of it. So as you can see, the yield in the middle is not too bad. In fact, it's in the green, so it's probably just about as good as it would get. But the yield on the two ends is mid-range to low mid-range. Now, those are probably to do with a mixture of soil types, which we will do with the soil sampler. And also probably could have done with more fertilisation, so we will have a nitrogen map, and we will also have a pH map that will appear when we go to do lime. So we shall have it set on automatic, that way we have no issues with over fertilising or anything like that. We shall be trying to use slurry as much as possible and digestate when we're selling silage to the BG8. That way we shall not get the nitrogen levels up to the level required, but will mean we will need less artificial fertilizer, whether it be solid or liquid. I'm sure with digestate and slurry the maximum level they bring it up to is to 100 grams or something like that. It doesn't take it up to what you need, it only takes it up to a value of 100, and some crops need 160. Again, it all depends on soil type. I'm not an expert on it, but I will try to explain it as I go. If you have any recommendations for mods for me to add in that will fit in with the British map, Cotswolds area, please drop them in a comment below and I will definitely have a look. The plan would be to upgrade as much as possible. We're going to need to get a plough. I'm not going to be using the 9-metre lizard plough, it's going to be a conventional board plough. Which is why I'm going to do a lot of the ploughing off screen. Especially at the minute with our biggest tractor being 150 horsepower. I'm going to be very limited to the width of the plough. It's going to probably be along the lines of 2.5 metres. I would probably like to get a bigger tractor as soon as possible. Now, I have no rule set that I can't take out loans etc, but if I can avoid it I will. Leasing equipment is not a problem. Any contracts that I do, if I don't have the equipment, I shall lease the equipment from the shop as opposed to taking the equipment from the contract, depending on the size of contract and what the contract is. If I do spuds or if I do beats, I will be taking the lease out of the contract lease machinery, as there's no way I'm paying the full leasing costs from the shop for those, although I don't plan on doing those at the minute. I may do beats in the future if I decide to do some pigs, which I still have never done on FS22. I seem to generally lean towards sheep for ease and chickens. Before we can get sheep on this series, I will need to invest in a water trailer to take water to the field. I think I'm slowly getting the hang of this offset swing more. That's when I now go and crash into the trees at the top. I think I'll definitely be getting the power washer out shortly. It's a lovely little mod, this T6080. The The only issue I would say I have with it is it doesn't let you change the number plates. T6000 series from King Mods is where I got it from. I can't remember off the top of my head the name of the modder, but it certainly fits in well with 4D Modding's Cavern Tarp. Certainly doing the job. I'm trying to decide whether or not I am going to bother windrowing this field before I come in to do silage. Whether I just bale it as it is. As I said, we don't have a big windrower. I think it's the smallest base game one there is. I can get a swath board for the back of this moor, which I may look at getting for doing silage. Again, we have to watch money the whole time at the moment with precision farming. It costs money to get soils, samples. We're obviously going to need to buy a fertiliser spreader, we need to buy fertiliser, we need to buy net wrap for the baler. We shall just jump quickly over 61%, so he would take one more load. Where is Teddy? He's over there. So it's not the quickest job with this moor compared to, say, the Vicom or Pottinger butterfly moors, but we're getting the job done. What I'll do is I'll finish off this small section and I'll jump across to the harvester and get some footage of the harvester going. You've probably seen while I was tabbing through vehicles that there is a forklift comes up. That, although it does belong to me, that technically belongs to the store just for loading pallets and things onto the trailer. As I said, I'm going to try and not use super strength, but I haven't really done much loader work. I got the joystick, the Thrustmaster T1600 I think it is. Yeah. In the hope that it makes the loader work easier, so I will certainly be having to play about with it before I actually start using it on here. I definitely need to get the power washer going on this little New Holland. She's getting nice and minging. Although, I'm not sure what kind of paint they've used on the loader, because there's not much dirt in it. Well, I'll park this up here and we shall jump over and see how Teddy's getting on. He's working away fine. That looks like the Ford he could do with going and getting an empty, so we shall go and do that. Might be a bit of wait for the 7810, but we're not going far. Ah, she's pulling it fine for all the distance she's got to go. Now, as I'm sure I've said before to you all, probably New Holland is probably my go-to brand, and my intention, depending on what comes up in the second-hand store, is to get a nice T7. Probably a 315 as our big tractor. Then see how we go from there. But it will all depend on what comes up in the used sales section, which I haven't actually had a look at yet, I don't think. Now, I haven't edited any of the used sale or anything, but I do have the used vehicle customizer installed, which gives me more options in the used vehicles. We shall park this tractor here, just so it's out the way when we start doing our up and down rows. And in theory, course play should to see which way his course is going, that way. So if we park this here, he should be completely out of the way. So we shall have another quick time lapse of the harvest being done this time, and I'll be back with you shortly. leave this tractor here, and I think what we shall do is nip up to the store and pick up some net wrap for the baler. So for those who haven't so far, there is a video on disturbed simulations that he made in the area that this farm and everything is set in the Cotswold in Calmsden. He was working in the area and took a drive through and made a recording, so it will give you a chance to go on and have a look and to actually look to see how much work Oxygen David has put into this map to make it realistic. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm sure, as you will see throughout the series, there is a small ford, low point in the road that when it rains heavily it floods. I know that there is a hidden collectible that only appears with the snow in the back garden of the house. So we shall park up there, jump out. We shall get a pallet of net wrap. Twine is not what we're after, it's net wrap for the round baler. I don't think it matters on the make. We shall go with Calmsden, saying we have some Calmsden machinery. We shall jump into the forklift and give this a go. I don't think I've ever actually used a forklift on FS22, so this may be interesting. Well, we've certainly picked it up. I know you can put the sides down on this trailer. Have a look. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Never mind. It would work, but it's not what I was wanting to do. I'll get this loaded over the axles. Relatively painless, but I suppose that's a lot easier to use than the loader is going to be on the front of the tractor. I'll fire a strap, a couple of straps over that. Do we need anything else while we're here? I don't think so. We have had blue. Do we want a pallet of silage additive? No, I don't think so. I don't know if the baler has a tank. That baler has a tank for that. So yeah, while we're here, we may as well have a quick run around. So that's the store, Cotswolds Farm machinery, and then we have a few sell points around the back here. At the farm store, so you've got a bale sell point, and a couple other sell points around the back. Now, I must also remember we have this sort of rough scrubland up the back. Now we can use it for some more grass if we wish. We can plough it up and get rid of all the scrub. It's quite a decent sized bit of grass. If not, we can always place some placeables down or sell points. We certainly place down some factories and productions. Teddy's working away fine, so we shall take this net wrap back to the farm. So as you can see, it's going to take Teddy a very long time to harvest that field. But we shall carry on. On that note, we shall end the video there. Please, as usual, if you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button and subscribe. And as I said, any recommendations for mods or anything you'd like me to see, like me to do in this series, please drop a comment below. As I said, the plan is to start out with a smaller machinery and progress up the way, so I will get this field finished and probably get some more grass cut and possibly some windrowed up ready for the next episode, and we shall take it from there. So, once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will hopefully see you all again soon. Take care.